All right, this is part three of the games I've picked up in basically these would be December. Some of them I did have influence in picking up around Black Friday, but they weren't. I didn't get them until Christmas for my wife. But Salt and Sanctuary was one that I just pre-ordered and got around Christmas. It is one that I'm currently playing. I'm playing two games on my Switch. I like to play just like one and focus on it until I lose interest and then maybe switch. But Salt and Sanctuary is good. It's definitely takes a lot of influence from Dark Souls and just creates a similar vibe in a side-scrolling action hack and slash game. But I didn't really know much about this before I bought this. I've always had interest in it. I was always just kind of hoping that it would become a physical game. And then I was gonna get it for the PlayStation 4, but for like indie style side-scrolling games, I've been trying to pick up on the Switch as best I can. But price usually dictates everything. If I can get it a bit cheaper for one system, then I usually go that route. Um, but anyway, Salt and Sanctuary, I probably put about 3 hours into it. Really good game so far. I enjoy it. A game I got for Christmas from my mother and father-in-law. Usually, when they ask me for some things that I'd like to get, if I ever say video games, I'm not saying video games that are like $15-$20. I usually just maybe ask for like three or four, and they're usually the high value games. I think about what are some games that I probably would love to have, but I'm not going to get them anytime soon. A lot of it being games that retain value, and I was just really happy that this was one that they picked and bought for me. Seeing how it's probably not going to go anywhere under $30-$40, just because it's an RPG from Square, a niche title. I know that when it first came out, it sold out so quickly that they had kind of like an emergency scenario where they didn't have enough copies because they did not plan for the game to be that well a massive purchasing from some people that just were interested in these old school RPGs. That's what this basically is. But anyway, Octopath Traveler, I probably played about 2 hours since Christmas. Tonight's New Year's Eve, so 2-3 hours. It just almost has such a significant influence of like 16-bit Super Nintendo RPGs, but with like its own unique flair and style to it, with a little bit more modernized take on the 16-bit RPGs. But anyway, Octopath Traveler, really happy to have that. Another one that I got from this one's from GameFly, and it was on sale right before Christmas for $14.99 free shipping. So I went ahead and got that. And that was the gift that I got from my wife, and I only played it like one time. And there's some things that just seem very cumbersome with this game, like almost not necessary. I was hoping that it would just be like a top-down beat 'em up type game, but it is that, but it's got more things to it to try to, I guess, be unique in a way. But I don't know. It's okay. I now I'll try to give it another chance, but I felt that it was more, there was too much going on with it than it really needed to be. Sometimes simple is a better way to go than complex and just too much stuff. Anyway, Another game that this was a game my wife got. I told her to get it for me around Black Friday. It was $29.99. This is the Steelbook version. With some of these games that are, I would assume, have higher. The games are bigger, larger size in scale. I usually get them on Xbox. I have a 1 terabyte hard drive that's added to it. So whenever I get PlayStation games, it's usually the exclusives and then games that aren't heavy on the system. But usually for Xbox, I usually get the ones that are the bigger size games. But anyway, I have not opened this yet. It's still sealed. I'm not sure when I'll get around to it. I do like the series though. I like it a good bit, but not as much as Uncharted. Assassin's Creed Origins was a game that I had been interested in for over a year. But I know how this series, they pump out so many games that the price doesn't stay up very high, very long. So I waited till this got down. This was $14.99 on other GameFly game, free shipping, really good shape. But I haven't played it yet. I know that like when I sit down and actually start these games, it's gonna take a good bit of time. But I heard really good things. I heard good things about this other one that was released, the Odyssey one as well. It's nice that they're changing directions with this series. I think I never really had much of an interest in the series. Probably the last one I played was Assassin's Creed 2. That I enjoyed, that I thought was okay. All the other ones, I never really stuck with. I think I own a good bit of them, but I never really played them that much. There were things I didn't like about the series that just always irked me. So it'll be interesting to see what changes really were made and whether I like them or not. As far as PlayStation games, this is another GameFly purchase. This is Shining Resonance Refrain. I actually started playing this about an hour or two ago, and it is a Sega RPG, action RPG in the Shining series. I know that Shining series, Shining Force, has been around for a very long time. I don't have as much knowledge in the series, other than maybe a few that I've played. Sega Genesis, and I think I played one or two on the PlayStation 2. But it kind of gave me a vibe of like an Ys style game, especially like the art style. But it's definitely anime style. But anyway, I think so. I played like an hour and it was okay. I'll probably try to stick with it. God of War. I know that this was praised as the game of the year ever since it came out. So it's still sealed. This was the copy that GameStop released on Black Friday for 17, whatever that was, $17.99 or something like that. And I think that was just like amazing when that was on sale. And I was thinking that was only in stores, but I mean you could get it online. And it was shipped to my house. So that was the gift I got from for Christmas then. And then lastly, another Christmas gift was Dragon Quest XI, which was also around Black Friday. I think it was $24.99 or $29.99. I think this one might have actually been around $25, which was pretty shocking for an RPG. RPGs don't really dip down all that much, but I think the ones that I'm kind of the most intimidated to really get into, a lot of them are right here in front of me, but definitely Dragon Quest XI. God of War is a linear game, but I don't really remember how long it's supposedly lasts, but that actually probably wouldn't be a bad one to get into. Linear games I'm much more excited to just jump into than, say, big RPGs or big open world games. Even Tomb Raider's linear, so I don't know. Maybe leaning more towards these two. Plus, it's nice to do like a linear game and then like an open world game, or I'm looking in the wrong direction here. Linear game and maybe like an open world game at the same time, rather than two similar experiences, like God of War and maybe Tomb Raider. I don't know. But anyway, I'm kind of blabbering on here. Tell me what you think. These are really the games I got specifically around Christmas. So thanks. Later.